Verbs, verbs, verbs. Okay, there's four main types of verbs in Potawatomi. AI verbs, or animate intransitives. These are verbs that are statement verbs. I ate, I sat, or we cleaned. They don't tend to affect anyone else. II verbs, inanimate intransitive. Mostly these are adjectives in English. There's two main forms. It is something and they are something. You can also use maget with the verb, which means it is. TI verbs, transitive inanimate. A verb does something, a person does something to it. So it'd be like he touches it, he sees it. TA verbs, which are ones we have not dealt with yet, which we will deal with at a higher level. TA verbs are transitive animate, or two people interacting. They see me, we walked with her. They'll be covered extensively in the intermediate class. The verbal forms we've dealt with: independent. This is used for making basic statements and asking simple yes-no questions with ne. The conjunct, used when asking more complicated questions using who, what, when, where, why, and when there is more than one verb in the sentence. The second verb in each additional one goes into the conjunct. Sometimes they're used in songs and prayers. The imperative, or command form, telling someone to do something. With the AI and TI forms, it's either telling one person or a group. Prohibitive, telling someone not to do something. Again, with AI and TI verbs, it's just telling one person or a group of people. When you get to the TA verbs, you can command like he told them, or they're telling us. So it gets a little more complicated. But with those forms, it's just you all don't do it, or you don't do it. The tenses. Gi is the past tense used with the independent. Ga is the past tense used with the conjunct. We is the future tense used with the independent, and wa is the future tense used with the conjunct. Also, sometimes speakers will put an e on the front of the gi, and it will cause it not to change to ga or wa for the conjunct, so like egi, ewi, and then use it with the conjunct. There's also a long form used by some speakers in the present tense, nede, gede, as an example. Also, if you want to indicate the immediate future, as in it's going to happen right away, you use ge. So, negejia, I'm going, like right now. A lot of speakers will just say newijia, I'm going to go, and then not necessarily use that immediate tense. Da indicates something should or could happen. Preverbs. Preverbs can be added to a verb to change its meaning. We'll cover these extensively in the intermediate class. Some examples are kutya, to mean really or intensely, gish, after, bon, to stop, ndo, try to do something. An example here is I already ate, nagi gish we sin, or I tried to find him or her, nagin dom kowa, nagin dom kowa. Nagin dom kowa. I tried to find him or her. Odajopi nebon mikchui. I'm stopping working right now. Odajopi nebon mikchui. I'm stopping work right now. Negation. In the independent, we use cho and si, with the si marked on the verb. In the conjunct, you don't have to use cho. We attach bawa to the front of the verb. So, I didn't go to town. Cho odanik negijia si. Cho odanik negijia si. I didn't go to town. The next one is I went to town, but I didn't buy milk. Odanik negijia nescha bawa gish pinadoyan nonak neabo. Odanik negijia nescha bawa gish pinadoyan nonak neabo. Odanik, to town. Negi, I did. Jia, go. Nescha, but. Bawa, that negation. Gish pinadoyan, I bought, so hence I didn't buy. Nonak neabo, milk. And then AI verbs in the independent of the conjunct. So in the independent, like with maji, you say namaji, I leave, namaji. Gamaji, you leave, gamaji. Maji or maji walk, he or she leaves. Namaji men, we but not you leave, namaji men. Gamaji men, we all leave. Gamaji men, gamajim, you all leave. Gamajim and majik, they leave. And then the conjunct endings, I've used a sentence here because they're used in that type sentence. Nijapi gamajiyan. When did I leave? Nijapi gamajiyan. Nijapi wa majiyan. When are you going to leave? Nijapi wa majiyan. Nijawi emajid. Nijawi emajid. Why is he or she leaving? Nijawi emajid. Nijapi majiyak. Nija pi majiyak. When are we but not you leaving? Nija pi majiyak. Nija pi wa majiago. Nija pi wa majiago. When are we going to go? Nija pi wa majiago. Or when are we going to leave? To be more specific. Nija pi wa majiago. Nija we ga majiyak. When did you all leave? Or why did you all leave? Excuse me. Nija we ga majiyak. Why did you all leave? Or some speakers will say yak instead of yuck. Nija we ga majiyak. Nija pi ga maji wat. When did they leave? Nija pi ga maji wat. Okay, the imperative. Majin, telling one person to leave. Majin, majik, telling a bunch of people to leave. So you just add the in to say singular or the k to indicate plural. With the verb binchigan, clean, you say binchigan to indicate one person. The prohibitive, you put gago on there and you put can or kak. So gago maji can, don't leave. Gago maji kak, don't you all leave. Or with another one, gago win chiga can, don't dirty it up, singular. Gago win chiga can. II verbs can use maget or not. It's up to the speaker. Some favor the maget on certain words like weather. The maget can also be added to an AI verb to change it to an II verb. For example, bin chiga, he or she cleans. Bin chigam get, it cleans, maybe indicating a robot or something. Bin chigam get. Wow yeah ya, it's round. Wow yeah ya. Wow yeah ya non, they're round. Wow yeah ya non. Wow yeah yam get, it's round. Wow yeah yam get. Wow yeah yam get non, they're round. So these are the two forms you see it in. It is round or they're round, and with the maget or not without the maget. And then negative statements. Cho wow ye yas non. No, it's not round. Cho wow ye yas non. Cho wow ye yas non. No, they are not round. So it's the same for it or they. Cho wow ye yas non, or again the same way. Cho wow ye yas non. Chom squash non. Chom squash non. No, it's not red. Chom squash non. No, they are not red. Chom squash non. Chog moas non. Chog moas non. No, it's not rain. Chog moas non. Or another example. Chok senyas non. Chok senyas non. No, it's not cold. Chok senyas non. Chog shates non. Chog shates non. No, it's not hot. Chog shates non. No, it's not hot. TI verbs. TI verbs are transitive inanimate verbs. These are verbs where an animate person does something to an inanimate thing. I touch it. She holds the book. We wash the dishes. Here's an example with nakendan, to know it. Nakendan, I know it. Kakendan, you know it. Wakendan, or just kendan, he or she knows it. Nakendaman, we know it. Kakendaman, we all know it. Kakendam, you all know it. Kendanawa, they know it. Now to pluralize this, you add the en or in if the verb ends in a vowel. For we and you all, to assume that it's it or them. There are examples provided in the next two slides. Nadagnan, I touch it. Nadagnanan, I touch them. Gadagnan, you touch it. Gadagnanan, you touch them. Wadagnan, or just dagnan, he or she touches it. Wadagnanan, he or she touches them, something inanimate. Nadagnaman, we but not you touch it or them. Gadagnaman, we all touch it or them. Gadagnam, you all touch it or them. Dagnanawa, they touch it. Dagnanawan, they touch them. Nadageshkan, I kick it. Nadageshkanan, I kick them. Gadageshkan, Gadageshkan, you kick it. Gadageshkan. Gadageshkanan, Gadageshkanan, you kick them. Gadageshkanan. Wadageshkan, he kicks it. Wadageshkanan, he kicks them. Nadageshkaman, we but not you kick it or them. Nadageshkaman. Gadageshkaman, we all kick it or them. Gadageshkaman. Gadageshkam, Gadageshkam, you all kick it or them. Gadageshkam. Dageshkanawa, they kick it. Dageshkanawa. Dageshkanawan, they kick them. Kakendaman, I know it or them in the conjunct. Kakendaman. Kakendaman, you know it or them. Kakendaman. Kakenduk, he or she knows it or them. Kendamak, we but not you know it or them. Kendamgo, we all know it or them. Kendamuk, you all know it or them. Kendamak, another way to say it. Kendamwat, they know it or them. Kendamwat. And then Dagna is a little more like the Do ones. Dagnayan, I touch it or them. Dagnayin, you touch it or them. Dagnat, he or she touches it or them. Dagnayak, we but not you touch it or them. Dagnayago, we all touch it or them. Dagnayek, you all touch it or them. Or some people say Dagnayak. Dagnawat, they touch it or them. Dageshkayan, I kick it or them. Dageshkayin, you kick it or them. Dageshkat, he or she kicks it or them. Dageshkayak, we but not you kick it or them. Dageshkayago, we all kick it or them. Dageshkayak, you all kick it or them. Or Dageshkayak, another way to say it. Dageshkawat, they kick it or them. Now if you're telling somebody, you say Dageshkan I Pequaquit, kick the ball. Dagnan Gajosh, touch your nose. Dapnan, pick it up. And the prohibitive form of this, Gago Wab the can, don't look at it or them. Gago Dagnakak, don't touch it or them. Gago Dageshka can beeduk, don't kick it or them inside. Gago Dageshka can beeduk. TA verbs, we have not covered TA verbs in great length in this beginner course. We will cover them much more extensively in the intermediate course. This is a verb where a person does something to another person. There are a lot more forms involved. And that's it for our section on verbs. Yo.